Hello, hello. Okay, so I'll be sharing my entire screen. Hopefully, everyone gets to see what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that the internet doesn't get us cut off. So I'm going to be sharing my screen in the group. Well done. So anyone who joins within 15 minutes, we have only 15 minutes. I don't have much time to get everyone to join. So see you in the class, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go straight to this. And I'm hoping I can see my screen on one side of the whole thing. Hopefully that works. I'm trying to see if that is working. Uh, let's see if that's working. So hopefully this should be working for anybody who is part of our class. Checking. I'm checking on mobile to see if it's working. Okay, so this should be working for everyone. You should be able to see this at the moment. If you can see this, I would really appreciate you leaving a comment on your YouTube on the YouTube screen. So please leave a comment. We're going to be trying to do this as often as possible. We're trying to hold the class as often as possible to teach. Okay. Well, so what we are focused on today is client acquisition, and we are focused on client acquisition for newbie freelancers. So if you're a newbie freelancer, you're somebody who has a technical niche, you're a freelancer, you work online, and you're trying to find clients to work with. Obviously, when it comes to getting the $1,000 client, a client that pays you $1,000 and above, the number one rule is it is very unlikely you see a Nigerian client that pays that amount of money. However, it is actually quite possible for you to get a few Nigerian clients altogether to actually get you to your first $1,000 per month. Except, of course, you are working in the petrochemical industry. Getting clients that pay you over $1,000 a month would actually be more plausible and easier if you are focused on foreign clients. So the class is purely I'm somebody who has also been freelancing for a while. I'm a digital marketer by trade, and basically the class will be focused on client acquisition for newbie freelancers and helping you break into the foreign marketplace. So the first thing we are going to be talking about is an overview of the global freelance landscape. At the moment, I'm actually in the point of transitioning, moving apartments. So don't mind me with the setup. The setup is going to get better with time. So basically, the market size of freelancing, as at the global freelance market, actually was valued at approximately $1.5 trillion in 2023. That's as at how many years ago? It's almost 2 years ago now, because in the next 1 month or 2 months will be in 2025 already. So the freelance marketplace is valued at $1.5 trillion as at 2 years ago. So right now, obviously, and the thing is, it has been growing exponentially during that period of time, because obviously I also entered in about 2 to 3 years ago and became a how do you call it, a an established freelancer at that point in time, because earlier on I was actually not a freelancer and I worked basically on my own brands and on my own businesses, trying to gain experience and going the entrepreneurship route. Sorry. And only recently did I decide to go into freelancing fully. And immediately I decided to go in, I was focused purely on the foreign market. So over 1.1 billion people worldwide are currently freelancers, which makes us about 35% of the global workforce. And that 35% is actually, as at 2023, what is worth $1.5 trillion. And only on Upwork alone, Upwork actually recorded and reported over $2.3 billion services volume in that same period of time. In that same 2023, Upwork recorded $2.3 billion. So now that all this I am doing actually answers the question, will I be able to make money in the foreign market as a freelancer? And the answer is purely yes, you will make money as a freelancer in the foreign market if you are interested in going into it. So, tech, creatives, marketing fields are seen as the highest demand, with tech and IT services making up over 50% of the freelance market. So, if anything you are doing in the freelance marketplace is about tech, maybe you're a software developer, you write codes, you build apps, you build websites, you create content for blogs, you do SEO and stuff like that. Basically, you are making over 50% of the freelance market. And creatives as well actually make up as much part of the market. Designers, UI UX designers, web designers also. And if you're in the marketing field, you're a copywriter, you're a content marketer, we are the ones that are most demanded. Video editors, you are the most demanded when it comes to the freelance market. They are freelance accountants, they are freelance developers, they are freelance architects. But these are not in high demand compared to majority of tech, creative, and marketing fields, which are basically majority of us that are in this class. So I also made sure that this class was targeted towards people in the tech, creative, and marketing fields. So I think it's actually quite appropriate if, apart from talking about the overview of the freelance market, I actually talk about myself as well. So I'm going to introduce myself to you. A majority of freelancers in Nigeria struggle with foreign client acquisition and are often beaten into submission by the incessant need for power and internet connectivity. Obviously, majority of us try to like get money. That's actually the main focus. Why many of us went into freelancing. We are focused on getting money. If you can hear me, please leave your an emoji. Just comment your favorite emoji, and I'll be happy to proceed. If you can hear me clearly, please comment your favorite emoji. I would really be appreciative if you can engage and show me that you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, good. I can see comments coming in. Okay, so we'll proceed again. A majority of freelancers in Nigeria actually struggle with foreign client acquisition and are often beaten into submission by the incessant need for power and internet connectivity. We have problem with connectivity and we have problem with power, which means those are the first things you want to take care of as a freelancer. When you are able to make money, you want to take care of your power. You want to make sure that you have good power supply, and you want to make sure that you have good internet connectivity. I think the best at the moment is actually Starlink. Everybody knows Tesla, Starlink, and that's what majority of us are focusing on. Don't let me go too much about too much or deep into the freelancing business itself. Now about me, I'm Temitayo Michael again. I'm a digital marketer. What I do is basically copywriting. I do copywriting, I do content writing, and I do web content structuring. And I'm slowly moving into web design and uh, client acquisition for brands. Actually, I actually do a lot of client acquisition work mostly because I combine a myriad of skills that I have in my portfolio for each client that I work with. So I've been marketing managers for different teams, such as web design agencies and SaaS businesses. And I help these guys actually as well with client acquisition. So I help businesses to get clients to their business. And from there, I've had some personal experiences with getting clients to service businesses. SaaS simply means software as a service, and an agency is basically a service agency. So I've worked with a web design agency. If you want proof about this, you can easily visit my LinkedIn, check the jobs I've worked with. You can check how do we call it, my profile. When you check my profile on LinkedIn, the name is Temitayo Michael on LinkedIn, and you can easily access all the works I have done in the past. So yeah, that's about my work experience, and my portfolio is easily accessible. You can easily access my portfolio. Check my case studies on temitayosmarketing.com. There you can see all of the things I have done. Actually, I didn't start from there. I started from zero as well, and I'm going to be introducing or taking everybody on the journey, on my personal journey, as a marketing freelancer in this class, but not today because the class will be in two parts. It will be both today and tomorrow. We'll have a class in two parts, today and tomorrow. So you can contact me on the website, temitayosmarketing.com. You can send an email to me at michael@temitayosmarketing.com, and I'll be happy to answer you. Sorry. So let's go straight into the class. I think the introduction aspect is done with today. The time is 19:55. So yeah, we can go straight into the class. So the first thing we are actually going to talk about is actually what influences the decision making of foreign clients to actually choose to work with a freelancer. So if you're a freelancer that is selling to the foreign market, what actually influences the decision of foreign clients to work with you? So the first thing is that 67% of clients consider a freelancer's portfolio to be one of the most important factors in their hiring decision. I think this is one information you will never be told. Your portfolio is one of the most important things you want to work on. As a matter of fact, if you are a newbie freelancer, I would advise you to spend the next 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks on your portfolio. Try working on your portfolio, build a portfolio. Now, the thing is, I'm going to introduce you or teach you or talk about how to build a portfolio. Probably tomorrow we'll introduce that into a class. But the client acquisition process is actually quite a very technical process. But once I introduce you to all, you need to know the full details will be accessible in the replay. So we have freelancers who actively maintain and update their portfolios are 30% more likely to secure higher paying projects than those who do not. So if you are somebody who wants to actually, you are serious about doing that $1,000, $2,000 in the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, then you must focus on your portfolio. Your portfolio is one of the most important things. Foreign clients do not want you to tell them what you can do. They want you to show them what you can do. They want to see what you are capable of. They want to see apps you've built. They want to see web pages whose copy you've written. They want to see content you've written of website that brought traffic to a business. They want to see your designs that was used in an advert that created clicks. So they want to see what you have done, not you tell them just what you have done. So 80% of clients actually view a well-crafted portfolio as an indicator of a freelancer's expertise and reliability. All these stats actually focuses on foreign clients, not Nigerian clients. Foreign clients, not Nigerian clients. So all these are quite important if you want to make money as a global freelancer. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about why foreign clients actually pay what they pay. Now, the first thing I usually cite in this part of the class is the laws of demand and supply in freelancing. So, demand and supply, the freelance market actually operates on basic economic principles like high demand for specialized skills such as AI, blockchain, and cybersecurity will drive up the prices, while a surplus of general skills, e.g., basic graphic design, can actually lead to lower rates. Let me explain what that actually means. Many people do not know this, but the laws of demand and supply, everybody knows what the laws of demand and supply actually means. The higher the demand of a skill, the higher the price, sorry. The higher the demand, the higher the price, the lower the demand, the lower the price. Say, for example, there are only 10 people that can build an app in the whole world. Obviously, each person would actually get paid more because more people want, there are many people that want to build a app, but there is very little supply because there's only 10 people who can build it in the whole world. So those 10 people would actually make over maybe $10 billion a month because they are the only ones who are capable of building an app. So the more demand that there is for a service, the higher the supply. The higher the price you get paid. However, the more the supply that the service or the less you get paid. For example, if you want to build a website, it's quite easy for everybody to get into. Even if you're not a good designer, you can easily pick up Canva and have something that you can put out there on your social media channel. And you put that out there, you actually get some engagement, you get some clicks. However, this is negatively affecting people who are fully or only graphic designers, maybe for social media. So when those designers actually try to like get clients, it is very unlikely that they will get clients that would. It is very unlikely that they will get clients, or it is very unlikely that they will get clients that will pay good money for the services they are offering. So it is quite important for you to try to find a service or a niche that is very demanded with very little supply. I would also discuss in class tomorrow how to actually find these niches that have very high demand, and how to check if that niches actually has high paying clients who are willing to pay over $1,000. Would cite that in the class tomorrow. In countries with a high concentration of freelancers, such as India and the Philippines, competitions actually drive down rates. There are a lot of freelancers also in Nigeria, starting up in Nigeria as well. So, which actually makes it crucial to offer your unique value or specialize in niche areas. So, if you're a designer, you have to specialize in specific areas and you have to have a unique value that you're offering to the market. However, if you don't, then it is only very likely, it is only, sorry, certain that you get a reduction or a deduction in the people who are willing to pay you for the services you offer, or the people who are willing to hire you altogether. So now, the price justification system, the one of the most important reasons why I don't want to like discourage you, but I give you good information that you need about getting foreign clients to work with you. Sorry. Let's go to the price justification system. So we have currency exchange benefits. One of the reasons why foreign clients actually want to work with you, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to like go deeply into foreign clients, have proven to you that foreign clients actually are willing and are happy to work with you, is that freelancers in countries with weaker currency can offer them competitive rates while earning more in your local currency. Say, for example, somebody pays you $1,000. $1,000 in some areas like Oakmont, California, in some areas like the New York, cannot actually rent your a flat or an apartment or even a condo or even a studio apartment for a month. $1,000 cannot do that. However, $1,000 can help you over 2 months, 3 months if you are in Nigeria. If you are just a freelancer that is taking care of only yourself, can help you over to 3 months. So basically, businesses that are operating in those areas knows that it is cheaper for them to hire somebody like you than to hire somebody in New York, hire somebody in California, hire somebody in Silicon Valley. So they would prefer to actually hire you compared to these guys. They prefer to work with you compared to these guys. So freelancers in countries with weaker currencies, we can offer them competitive rates while providing the same service and earning more in your local currency. $1,000 is about 1.7 million naira if you're in Nigeria at the moment. So which actually takes you quite the distance. And foreign clients are actually taking advantage of this and are interested in this. So if you're a freelancer, the foreign market is actually good for you and looking for you and is interested in what you do. So clients often pay based on the perceived value of services. High quality work, strong portfolios, and positive reviews can actually justify your higher rate. So if you are somebody who currently works as a freelancer, sorry, I wouldn't be able to take attention or attend to questions at the moment. Let's just go straight to the class. Once we finish this session, I'm going to try to answer as much questions as possible. So passive value. Clients often pay based on the perceived value of services. If you have someone, if you're somebody who does high quality work, you have a strong portfolio, and you have positive reviews from your previous client, then it can justify sorry, it can justify higher rates for your services. So, for example, I am somebody who has helped agencies build a lot of traffic. I've generated from the blog content I've written, I've generated over 1 million in impressions from organic traffic, and I've generated over 10,000 clicks. So, I understand using search engine for getting traffic to businesses by writing highly efficient blog posts that have high click rate and that are relevant to what the audience are looking for. So if you are somebody who can, you are a client or you, sorry, the client can perceive the value of what you do. They can see that your work is high quality and you have a strong portfolio to prove it, and the reviews from the people you've worked with, you can actually charge more for your services. So if you're somebody who has a service that you're charging $50, $400 for, and all of these criteria are met, which is high quality work, you have a strong portfolio, and you have positive reviews from past clients, then you can actually charge more for what you do. Prices also can vary based on the client location, the freelancer skill level, and the complexity of the project. For example, US clients may pay more than clients from Singapore, clients from Canada, and the likes, because those regions actually have a more, how do we call it, value for their currency, while the exchange rate is actually lower compared to Nigeria. So I'm hoping, or I'm guessing, majority of us in the class is actually or are actually Nigerians. So let's just go straight into what the laws of competition are. I try to tell everybody who gets into my classes, who buy a course from me, who decide to work with me, who decide to work with me as well, that there are three laws of compensation that I learned very early on in my journey as a freelancer from people like Bob Proctor. And the first law is basically the need for what you do. And basically, the laws of compensation, sorry, the laws of compensation generally says these are laws that guide how much you get paid for what you do, or how much you retained for what you do. And basically, that's the first thing is the need for what you do or the market competition. So focus on in-demand skills and industries where there's a clear need for your services. So let's say, for example, you are paid $1,000 for a skill, and there is very little need for what you do. I'm going to use a very generic example, which almost everybody knows. Let's say, for example, a CEO and a cleaner. Oh, sorry, a cleaner is even quite important. Let's say something like a CEO and the office assistant, something like that. So basically, it is possible that everybody actually runs the office errands by themselves personally, and it is not essential for you to have an office assistant. There are many offices that are operating all over the world that don't have an office assistant. Whereas a business cannot run smoothly without the CEO. So basically, the need for what they do actually influences how much they get paid. A CEO definitely will get more paid than an office assistant because there is a higher need for what that person does compared to an office assistant. So basically, you have to make sure that what services you are offering to the foreign marketplace actually has a high need. So there has to be a high need for what you do for you to actually make good money from it. Then the next thing is actually your ability to do it. So even this is basically, I'd like to call this the peer competition. Basically, a it's your compensation or how much you get paid that is dependent on your ability to do what you do. Say for example, there are two graphic designers or three graphic designers in the company. One graphic designer is actually very good, is able to design content that actually has a high click-through rate, has high engagement, while the other two freelancers actually get just mediocre engagement. They don't get that much engagement. Basically, that one freelancer or that one graphic designer that's actually quite good gets paid more over time because obviously the company wants to retain the person because they have a better performance compared to the other two graphic designers. So this is basically uh, peer competition. The laws of competition. You get paid based on your ability to do what you do. Who is the best person that can do what you do? So if you're a freelancer in the foreign market, you get paid more than the others. I know many marketers directly as me who get paid 300,000 a month, who get paid 400,000 a month, who gets paid 150,000 a month, 100,000 a month. And basically, the only reason or the difference is basically I get paid more because of my ability to do what I do differently and get better results compared to these guys. So basically, you will also get paid more in the foreign market if you are better than the average. You're better than the median. So if you are a designer, you're better than the average designer. If you're a web designer, you are better than the average web designer. If you are a software developer, you are better than the average software developer. If you are a content creator, you are better than the average content creator. If you're a copywriter, you are better than the average copywriter. So all these together combined actually influences how much you are making as a freelancer. And the last one is actually the difficulty in replacing you in the foreign market. So basically, if there is a client who has hired you to work with them, you can see if you checked or went through my LinkedIn profile, you'd actually see different clients that I've worked with who had quite difficulty replacing me and often come back to actually work with me. So if you are somebody who is a freelancer who is actually quite difficult to replace, we can also use the analogy of that CEO and the office assistant. It's quite easy to get somebody else to actually become your office assistant compared to getting somebody else to be the CEO of a company or to handle the operations in a company. So the CEO is actually harder to replace compared to an office assistant, which actually affects how much the CEO gets paid compared to that office assistant. The office assistant gets paid less, the cleaner gets paid less because they are quite easy to replace. What they do is not that complicated. However, if you are somebody or a freelancer who works in the foreign marketplace who offers the services that is quite complicated and it's hard to find somebody else to replace you because of how good you are, they would not fire you and they will pay you actually quite a lot of money. So, responsibility competition specialize in niche areas or build a personal brand that differentiates you from others, making it hard for clients to replace your services. So, all these three, which is the need for what you do, your ability to do what you do well, and the difficulty in replacing you, actually compensate or sorry, actually contribute to how much you get paid in the foreign market. So, Make sure that you combine all these three. All these three are very important things to note. It is something I keep at the back of my left hand so that I don't use it to hit. So basically, let's continue. So some of the things that actually get you hired faster as a client, actually your competitive advantage, like we just said it, and your conversion rates. Freelancers who showcase their work through an online portfolio can experience up to 20% higher conversion rate from inquiries to actual bookings. So in this class, actually, in this parts of the class or in the part of the review tomorrow, we would actually go deeper into all of this tomorrow. Talk about why your portfolio being online is actually very important to you, especially people that have PDF portfolio. I have people in my classes, I have people even in my advanced classes that are paid on the monthly and still have a PDF portfolio that are not online based, that are not accessible online to any client who is looking to patronize them. So a freelancer with a comprehensive portfolio has a 40% better chance of being selected over competitors with similar skills but no portfolio. So even if you are a freelancer, you have an online portfolio, you have your stuffs out there, you have a 40% higher chance of being selected and work with over competitors like you, freelancers like you, even with similar skills like you, but they don't have their portfolio out there. So make sure that one of the things you want to learn in this class, or one of the things we are going to be discussing, is building a portfolio as a freelancer that wants to work in the global marketplace. So tomorrow again, like I said, we'll do building a professional portfolio. Today is it's a 30 minutes to 1 hour class. That's what we plan today. However, tomorrow will be a 3 hours class. We'll discuss deeply and dive deeply into the process of client acquisition as a freelancer. So we'll talk about building a professional portfolio. We'll focus on relevance, how to build a relevant portfolio, and maybe we'll also dive into building a website to showcase your portfolio. Although that's going to be a very difficult process to show within that same 3 hours. So we'd also discuss how to create a portfolio that stands out, how to try to find out what a typical client wants to buy, and create a portfolio to match it. Sorry, before I continue, I'd like you to like just type your questions in the. If you have any questions, please type it in the comment section on the live. Type it in the comment section. I'm going to answer those questions and I'm going to disappear once I'm done with the overview of the class. Then we talk about building a professional portfolio. We talk about how to create a portfolio that stands out, try to find out what the typical client wants to buy, and create a portfolio to match it. We'll try to find out what a typical client, a typical person offering your services shares in their portfolio, and create a better portfolio for one to match it. Then we'll design your portfolio with demand plus aesthetics in mind. Then like I said, focus. Then okay, sorry. We would also tomorrow we'll also focus on optimizing your LinkedIn profile. We'll talk about profile optimization, crafting professional profiles, and overcoming objection with your profile. This class was actually held 7 days. We did a recording of this in the past, and the recording will be accessible after this class. If you want all the recordings, we would provide it and make it accessible for that fee. And basically, we talk about content marketing next. We talk about content marketing. We try to put that or switch or compact that or all into tomorrow's class. We talk about content creation strategies. We talk about building a personal brand. We talk about networking and building relationships on platforms like LinkedIn. Then we'll talk about effective ways to connect and engage with your prospects, creating personalized outreach messages, and using offers within outbound messages, which is running outbound or outbound client acquisition on LinkedIn. Then we'll talk about an overview of the freelancing platforms. I'll give you, I think I already have a link to my Upwork proposal samples. I have formats for Upwork proposals that I can share with you for free. Then we have an overview of popular freelance platforms, comparison of platforms, crafting a winning freelancing profile, and transitioning from freelancing platforms to social media where you talk to your clients directly. So I would advise you to actually subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notified whenever the class starts. I send the link on the WhatsApp group. However, I wouldn't be doing that all the time, especially if classes are holding after this class that I promised you. So I would advise you to actually subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you are watching right now on YouTube so that you get notified automatically when I make posts about client acquisition, about freelancing, and then you can get or become a part of majority of these classes for free. So basically, I'm going to look at the questions now, see if I have multiple questions, and if it's only one we have. Okay, so I have one question from Zikat Joseph. Good evening. What if you don't have anything that you've built? Like maybe you just want to learn how to build a skill or work in a particular field. Sorry, I don't get that question. What if you don't have anything that you built? Like maybe you just want to learn how to build a skill or work in a particular field? So I'm assuming this question basically is focusing on somebody who has no skill. You don't have a freelancing skill. All you have to do is basically you type into your Google bar. This class is actually done for you because this class is an advanced class for somebody who already has a skill. You have a skill that you're offering in the foreign market. I'm going to create another class probably in the next couple of months. I'll create a class on copywriting, some of the skills that I offer or the skills that I do. I'm going to offer different classes on them for free. However, at the moment, I can't work on those classes. I'm thinking of starting with copywriting. So it is quite actually important for you to actually get a skill first before watching or being a part of this class, because this class is focused on client acquisition for people who already have a skill. So if you are somebody who doesn't have any of this skill, you can easily go to Google, type in high income skills, and I think I have a blog post also as well about it. Different high income skills you can learn as a freelancer, or you can become freelancer. You can do freelancing for. Then these high income skills automatically you learn them. You can spend about a month to 3 months learning them. There are some you spend 6 months to learn them. There are some you spend 12 months to learn them. It's basically you. It's up to how fast you can learn, or how much of a learner you are. So basically, sorry, how better or how well of a learner you are. I'm not sure that's the right word to say there. So basically, you have to learn this skill. You have to build these skills. Then you come back to this class to participate in this class. I'm going to create. I'm going to create. I'm going to create a class on copywriting. That will be the only one I'll create first, and I'll start moving to content writing and stuff like that. So the second question I have, you have to be like, work in a particular field. I think that answers your question, Zika Joseph. If it doesn't, please leave a comment so that I can to help me understand the question better. So the second question I have here is going to be my last question. Obviously, I've not seen any other question apart from that. So it says, is hard management, PPC, email marketing profitable in the freelance market? Is hard management. I'm guessing that is advertising management, pay per click, email marketing profitable in the freelance market. So this is three different fields. Advertisement management and PPC is the same thing. I'm guessing it's the same thing. I think those two, PPC is one of the highest paid marketing field. It's all called media buying in some terms. Sometimes they call it media buying. So basically, it's one of the highest paid marketing field. It's some even call it digital marketing. They just call that digital marketing advertising. So it's one of the most paid fields. Very profitable in the foreign market. Very profitable. I know of somebody who is a mentor of mine, which charges about $250 per hour to do PPC and ad management. You can check him on LinkedIn, Samir Barzi. Barzi, I'm sure Samir Barzi, that's his name. He's currently in Malta. Malta is in Europe. So we have email marketing. Email marketing as well is highly profitable. I have many Nigerian copywriters who are email marketers they use HubSpot. I also use all these stacks, HubSpot, GetResponse, MailChimp, and the likes to actually help different clients, YouTube creators, businesses, course creators to actually convert their leads. So they use email marketing to help them convert their leads. They write the copy for the emails, they manage the emails, they handle the open rate, they make sure that they have a good open rate, the subject lines and stuff like that. So basically, these are all high paying skills. Email management is high paying skills. They are all profitable. So those are the two questions I have so far. I want to appreciate you, Mike, for the free class. I want to say a big thank you. Okay, so that's the third person. It's hard to find classes like this for free. Thank you for the opportunity. You have your messages. I appreciate you participating in class. I'm going to try to keep the replay up for free for maybe 24 hours. Then we are going to take it down after the second class, which is going to take about 3 hours, where we'll dive deeply into everything. So see you all in the next class. Thank you very much for participating. You have a lovely night.